Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, no makeup. My scarf's still on. Hair half out. But you know what? I made a promise to myself that I was going to start doing some morning videos. It's like 5:14 in the morning. I'm not a morning person, but you know what? I just wanted to get on here and say, um, I'm starting to have a few little followers, but a friend that I made on here, I don't say followers, I'll say friends. Her name is Rhonda. And Rhonda, good morning. This one's for you. I decided that grief is no joke. About a year ago, I posted a video just off the rip because I had just lost my 41-year-old love of my life daughter. She was my only daughter. Her name was Ramian. She called herself something else, but her name was Ramian. She's 41 years old. She had 3 children that she's now left behind that I don't get to see very much anymore. Um, she passed away January 8th, 2022. Just made a year. So the month of January is not the easiest month for me. Birthdays are huge for me. I used to tell my kids it's a national holiday on your birthday. Well, my birthday will never be the same. My daughter passed away, as I said, January 8th. And the only reason, let me tell you the quick story. Some of you don't know. We had dinner January 8th, 6:30. I said, take your little butt home. She said, okay, I'm going home, Mom. My daughter never made it home. The police found her lifeless body in her car parked in some random apartment complex on January 11th. She had no shoes. She had no coat. My daughter was cold-blooded. Last year it was in the single digits during the evening that day, and it was down to probably freezing that night. Never found my daughter. They found her on the 11th. I always told her, you sleep so pretty. The coroner said she just looked like she was asleep. Losing her last year was very, very difficult because I was trying to grieve my daughter. I had a new relationship, and I was trying to take care of my grandkids. 2022 is probably one of the worst years of my life. I made it through, but I didn't make it through unscathed. See, grief is no joke. Don't let people tell you when your grieving time is over. Many people mean well, but they have no clue the damage they do when your grieving becomes inconvenient for them. Meaning you're not making them laugh, you're not making them happy. Um, you can almost grieve the wrong way. When I say that, I mean where you care more about what other people think than the grief of your broken heart. You care more about this, you care more about that, and care less about yourself. And part of that comes from you not thinking that you're important and that everyone else is. So I say to you, quick video this morning, excuse me, as I have my cup of coffee. Grief is no joke. Grief can destroy your mind, destroy your heart, destroy your relationships. I mean, it was so bad for me, I literally had to take off my job because I went back to work a month after my daughter passed away. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go right back to work. If you can take off and still keep your job, talk to your managers, do it. Because if you go back too soon, like I did, I sat in my office and sobbed most of the day. That wasn't conducive for me. That wasn't conducive for my employer. But my manager was thoughtful enough to let me work from home. I'm on here to say to you this morning, make yourself a priority while you're grieving. I know you could be a mom, you could be a caretaker, but you have got to find some time to grieve just for you, not for anyone else. So I just want to say to you this morning, keep healing, keep moving through. You know, the scripture, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and staff, they comfort me. That's exactly where I was, in the valley, and I was starting to get stuck and stay there. Grief has no timeline. I was trying to move through it too fast because I didn't want to feel the pain. But it's like anything else when you're wounded, it has a healing process. And grief has a healing process. And your healing process is exactly that, your healing process. As long as you are not self-destructive, talking about ending your life or something of that nature, let grief do its job. I know it's painful. I know it's hurtful. I know it's inconvenient for many of your family members. There are family members that don't mean to say hurtful things. They don't know it's hurting you because they haven't lost. And I will say this, loss is loss, but losing a child is completely different than losing your husband, your mother, your daddy, or your sibling. Because I carried my daughter for 9 months and 28 days. It's like losing part of my body. She was part of my body. And I feel the loss every day. So I'll be back on here, but I'm telling you, grief ain't no joke. And I try to laugh my way through a lot of things because that's my nature. That's kind of who I am. But I promise you, you have got to be so careful with how you handle yourself during this time. You just need to be careful. Because as women, we tend to think, oh, we can handle it. We'll be fine. No, you won't be. You won't be. Because you would have gone too far before you take time to sit off to yourself if you can, even if you're in the bathroom and you have children. Take a moment throughout the day and love on you. I don't care if it's nothing but, man, you're doing a good job. Sometimes we need a cheerleader to get us through this. And sometimes our friends can't help us. This is kind of a journey between you and God. And I believe in the Lord, so I don't know of anything else. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's who it is for me. And if that's who it is for you, then I suggest you hold on to him tightly through this process. I love you to life. Like I said, it's 5-something in the morning. And rather than to get all coiffed, I thought I would get on here and just be real. That grief ain't no joke. But you can't get around it. The only way to go to the other side of it is to go through it. Rhonda, I hope this helps. God bless you. God keep you. Until we see each other again, y'all. Peace. Take care of yourselves. Love on yourselves. Have a great day today. Goodbye.